could have been so much worse, but for 14 days, it was as worse as it could be.
It is a mother's worst nightmare. I'm Amanda Starrentino.
And I'm Mark Mullins. One Central Indiana mom spoke with our Nikki Dementri tonight about a rare but serious syndrome found in children and linked to COVID-19. It's all in hopes of bringing awareness to this mysterious illness.
All right, here we go.
That's 13-year-old Jax Johnson in June.
He's just your normal, energetic kid who has his moments of being sassy and fighting with his sister.
Fast forward to January, and the active, energetic, and otherwise healthy 7th grader was fighting for his life in the PICU at Peyton Manning Children's Hospital.
It truly was hell. It was like I was living my worst nightmare.
Sue Johnson says a trip to the ER for what was thought to be appendicitis quickly turned into multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children, or better known as MIS-C.
At one point, he said, I don't want to die. Mom, am I going to die?
During a 2-week stay in the hospital, Jax had blood transfusions, was on steroids and oxygen. And at one point, doctors told Sue her son was in acute heart and respiratory failure.
I felt like we would take a step forward one day and then 10 steps back 2 hours later.
The CDC reports 99% of the 2,000 plus MIS-C cases nationwide had positive COVID-19 tests, with 1% exposed to the virus.
One of the doctors said, we'd like to start evaluating him for MIS-C. And I looked at him and I'm like, I literally said, he has a miscellaneous disease.
It was something Sue says she never heard of, adding Jax never tested positive for COVID and never even showed symptoms. Only once, she says, back in November, he was sent home from school with a 99-degree fever. A COVID test then came back negative.
It's still a mystery to me how this disease can present as one thing, an appendicitis, and then turn into him being in ICU in critical condition.
While in the hospital, a blood test showed Jax had COVID-19 antibodies.
Each patient is just a little bit different in how they present. So it is a rapidly expanding field of knowledge as we see more of these patients.
Dr. Kay Seasting was on the team of doctors caring for Jax. Due to privacy issues, she isn't able to comment specifically on his case.
What's been seen is when there's an uptick in the COVID cases, weeks later, we see an uptick in the MIS-C patients.
Symptoms include prolonged fever, rash, eye redness, and persistent GI issues.
People need to know that this is out there. It's not just COVID. It's things that could be associated with COVID.
Working for you, Nikki Dementri, WRTV.
Sue says her son is expected to make a full recovery. Dr. Seasting, who you just heard from moments ago, says long-term that it's unclear what's next for MIS-C. Right now, the state health department tells WRTV there have been 58 confirmed cases with 7 more under review tonight.